Okay. So on our prototype, we went ahead and changed our mockup so that this time we have it so that our cooling system right here is exposed, as well as a spot for our battery to sit. And so if you go around to the front, you can see that these cooling shafts are very clearly present in the drawing, but they're also not completely visible as they are from the bottom part. And the reason we have this kind of cutout as an exposure is that this cutout allows the coolant to be in direct contact instead of contact through a layer of plastic, which we showed in our original mock-up and which that we had designed earlier. But this kind of final product allows all of these kind of more ugly components to be completely disguised and still effective. So our mock-up now is something Caleb's going to talk about.
Alrighty, so our mock-up wasn't quite what we were wanting to do, but for what we did and had, I think that it looks good. So what we had to do was, unlike Kathleen's CAD, since my printer wouldn't print it all in one piece, I ended up printing it in two pieces. And then what I did was I also attached a phone case on it to help make it look like a phone. But essentially all it turned out was basically a little square piece with holes in it. So the only real difference between what Kathleen has and what I have right here is it's two pieces instead of one.
Okay, and then one final thing I wanted to kind of show on the CAD was just that there's a little, and I can't really point to it, but there's a motor mount that sits right here. And so this entire cutout that you can see right here highlighted on the CAD is just where the motor would sit originally, where the fan that Caleb designed is also placed.
And then also, this just occurred to me, if I can actually, oh, here it is, if I can find it. I also made a fan and I sent it to you, and this is, if I can find it in my bag. Here it is. And this is the fan that it would go in. So yeah. Then we also have a CAD for that as well.
Yep. And so our plan here is that we decided that it was a little bit too complicated to print it so that the fan and the case were together, as well as actually assemble it for everyone. And so our plan is to kind of just give them the specified 8mm by 2mm diameter motor, and then give them the little button battery that it comes with. And so that way the CAD makes it very easy for the user to be able to install both the fan and all the stuff themselves. And so the consumer is essentially going to get the little package, like the little bag of all the pieces and the components that they're going to at home assemble themselves in like a 5-minute process or something, because it should be easy enough for a consumer to do, while also kind of cutting down on costs and production time for a company. And so, And so that way we can produce a really nice product just by 3D printing this and then throwing everything else in the bag while still making it easy enough for the consumer. And so overall our production is going to be very, very inexpensive, since all we have to do is be able to like slow print a 3D printed phone case and then the fan. And then we just put in these pieces that cost a really low amount if you order them like in bulk in China. And so like if we decide to pursue this idea further, you just order a massive amount of these these button batteries, and then a massive amount of the motors, and then you can begin printing these, and then you pair them all up together. And overall you're looking at like a production cost of like 3 cents for the motor, 7 cents for the battery, and then the cost of the ABS, and then of course the time. And so you can definitely mark these up and have a pretty significant profit margin on all of these.
Anything else you think we should talk about?
I think I'm good on the CAD part of it.
Alrighty, I pretty much stated everything that I did for the actual mock-up or prototype, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.